it's 2024 and that means it's time for a few changes around here. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tommy. This is Str8sixfan, your home for offbeat hot rodding. And well, if you've been following me for a really long time, you know I used to always do these happy tubes here. It's kind of a state of the union. What to expect for the coming year on the channel. And I guess that's what this is. And so if you don't like talking head videos, go ahead and skip. It's going to be one of those. I'll try to mix in a little bit of updates on more G3 when I consider an Pontiac Grand Prix. So it won't be pure talking head, but gosh, it's been a while since we had any long form content up on the channel. Looking back, it was November 20th was my last upload of 2023. And so we're going to start there. It was, I was just trying so hard to be a little more consistent than 2022, but 2023 wound up just kind of running out of gas about June, and we had a real good consistent upload going up until then, and then it kind of just fell apart. So we'll get to that here in a second, but let's just talk about some things that have happened since that last upload. First off, there's a new car in the fleet. We got rid of my Toyota Tacoma, upgraded my wife's daily driver to a Ford Edge. I'm driving the Mustang now, and that's another thing to anticipate here in 2024. It's going to be a new ride for me as well, and so we'll get into that. But first, let's address what you're seeing. I sold my camera, sold my DSLR, and I do plan on buying a new camera, but for now we're shooting on my Google Pixel 7a, so got a new phone in that time frame, and of course my trusty DJI Osmo Action Cam. It's providing the second shots today, so more G3, so my bumper, still working on that, and you know, honestly we're at that point where I'm kind of sanding and painting and sanding and painting, and that's just not entertaining for you guys. However, let's talk about what I should be doing right now. You know, we shaved the side markers and then also these slots as they turn the corner, shaved those as well, but we kept them on the back side. So that is, we're going to retain the stock factory kind of rubber strips, but I have to modify those so they don't wrap the corner. And then, since you know, I sectioned out like 3/4 of an inch on each side, so the spacing on these is going to be off. By the time you get to here, they're off. And so we need to do some modifications probably to these slots as well. And so that's what we're going to be working on today. So we'll be slipping in some of that footage along the way, but let's get back to talking about what to expect for 2024. All right, so let's start with, let's see, I've got these marked. One of these, bottom, this is the bottom, this is the top. We're gonna start with the upload schedule. So I ran out of gas in 2023. Thought I was doing pretty good every other week uploading. We got to when we went to C10s in the city. That's about when I just kind of lost cadence. So my goal, knowing that was still too much for me in my current lifestyle, my current, you know, job and all those good things, we are gonna shoot for twice a month uploads. So 24 uploads in 2024. Hopefully that ends up being a nice sweet spot. And then it's time to just get Gazelle Intense on the Florida G3, wrap it up. It's really, this is it. This is the bumper. I started, I think my first cuts on section this was January 2023. So it's depressing that it's been a full year. Oh, real quick, back to the upload schedule. So the twice a month. We're gonna shoot for, I think, like the 8th and the 28th of each month. But yeah, so we gotta wrap this up. We gotta get this done because we gotta put it up for sale. It's time to move on from the G-body content. But here's the difference for 2024. The next vehicle. So hopefully in 2024 you see the start of 2 builds, and they're both going to be builds for keeps. You know, up to date, these offbeat hot rods have always been practice runs, have been things that build my confidence on. And but it's time to start building them for keeps. It might still be too early to bring clarity to why that is, but my life's about to change in 2024, so one of the build for keeps is going to be a daily driver. The other one's going to be a long-term build. But I gotta get both of those started here in 2024. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I guess we'll peek behind the curtains. The other build, of course, is going to be that rat rod build. If you recall, when I yanked the 300 out of my high school truck that I finally got back, gosh, it was this time in 2021. So it'd be 3 years ago from this January that happened. Anyway, it's time to build that rat rod based around the 300 inline six. That is the namesake behind the whole entire channel. But I guess that's it. I guess that's the highlights for what to look for in 2024. Yeah, hopefully I've shoved enough B-roll in here, and hope I'm getting you guys excited for what's to come here on Str8sixfan. And I want to keep this an active channel. It's just it's got to be a little less active than it was, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So anyway, back to the bumper. Okay, so I got it laid on here, right? And from the sectioning, this is where we start to get off of alignment, is on this one. But you know what? Since we have to harvest a few of these clips from this guy for the top, we're just gonna punt. We're just not even gonna worry about that. We'll just rely on the double-sided sticky tape for this length between here and here, because I think we can try to, well, okay, we may have to modify. Point is, it's gonna come from one of these two we'll harvest. Probably want it on the end, I think, because I think I'm gonna try to like triangulate, let it taper off here, and just call it good. So we'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Okay, my goal here is just to get it to like taper off right as it turns the corner and come to like a point, like almost like an arrowhead shape. So, but I think the tricky part's gonna be making sure I've got enough like length, so when I do that 3M double sticky tape, like it's enough flat area to combat like the curve. So we're gonna go conservative, and we're just gonna cut it off right at the stud, and then we'll start to walk it back, because obviously measure twice, cut once kind of thing. But this is more like don't measure at all and be conservative with the first cut so you can make the second cut better. All right, so yeah, this is kind of the logic here. This is what I'm going for, right? This little teardrop look, just kind of turn the corner and fade into the side of the bumper. So I think it follows the body line really nice there, and then just kind of have a little arrowhead as it turns the corner, and I'm digging it. The trick now is duplicate it for the top, and then close out this episode. Okay, here we are, next day, and I can tell you two things. One, it's weird not having the selfie screen to shoot with the phone. It's working out all right, but I can already tell there's reasons why I am gonna get a camera. But we got final coats of paint on, and I'll tell you, I like the way the bumper strips turned out. However, it was like the last one I'm cutting of the 4 cuts, right? As I'm making that angled cut, it blew out like the point to it. So they're all kind of a rounded shape now instead of a teardrop, but otherwise, we're making progress. But I guess this just means we'll see you twice a month. And thanks for tuning in, all my 6 fans out there. Thanks for watching.